Cunningham's a higher level. So it might as well be Cunningham, honestly. Alright, then you I'm going to split in half. So that we can actually control these two. Strike Fleet, I want you Strike Force in those two. Submarines, we're going to split in half. And then half again. Oops. And I'm going to say I want Convoy Raiding outside of the norm. So we'll say in those three to really cut off supply to the CSA. Alright, I like it. King Edward's party lifestyle. Since assuming his father's throne, King Edward has been lighting up the Canadian social scene, throwing parties at the royal estate and mingling with socialites on a regular basis. Indeed, the new king appears to be enjoying his new status so much it's led to a growing commentary in the Canadian newspapers that Edward doesn't seem to be taking his role with the gravity that some would expect from a British exile. I saw him laughing and carrying on with the lords and the ladies, one witness stated. You didn't think he'd have a care in the world. That might as well... You'd think he didn't have a care in the world, that he might as well have been back in London. Monarchists have been quick to defend the king, saying that his social appearances are quite normal and should be welcomed after George V's long period of reclusiveness following the royal exile from the home isles. Cunningham really didn't get enough respect. He's more than just a clever piece of meat. Yeah, Cunningham was good. Every American ship you sink is one less the PSA will have once all is said and done. Yeah. We'll force them to build modern ones. See you, Shadowhawk. Would not fancy France's chances against France in the Mediterranean without Canada's help. No, definitely not. What do cruisers do? What makes them different to destroyers? Couple of things. So there are generally two different types of light cruisers, and I'm just talking about light cruisers here. You have the recon light cruisers, which are the ones that I have assigned to the recon duty. The main thing about them is they can equip float planes, which is these guys. Float planes are really good at increasing surface detections. They're very, very good at finding enemy fleets and basically guiding either submarines against them if they're convoys. So having a couple of very, very fast light cruisers with good spotting, trying to find enemy convoys for your submarines then to sink is a good idea. And then also spotting enemy surface fleets for your strike fleets to then sail in and intercept and destroy. Then you've got the screening light cruisers, which are these guys, which I almost never actually use because they're quite expensive. But it turns out that Canada starts out with a bunch of good ones, so we're using them. And these guys don't have the float planes, as you can see, because they don't need to spot anything. Your recon have done that already. But instead they can just fit on a lot of guns. And these are extremely good at killing destroyers. Destroyers will generally be your opponent's capital ship screens. So if you see that they're using a lot of destroyers for their screen, you can destroy their screen by using your own light cruisers. They also have very good AA. So they can be very useful if you are up against a lot of aircraft carriers, or if you're dealing with land-based naval bombers. How do you get cruisers to spot for convoys? Same way. You just put them into recon mode. So, patrol is recon. Actually, that's a good point. I should be telling you guys what to actually attack. You lot are never allowed to repair. I'm going to do that myself. You lot can separate out if you need to. Split is enabled. And I want you going only for low risk targets. You lot, I don't ever want you attacking, so do not engage. And do not split off. And then you lot, you are more than welcome to split but I want you fighting low-risk targets. Although these guys aren't actually sailing right now, so it doesn't matter so much. Okay. And there we go. We have control of the seas. And I'm just going to go and delete you lot. I'm not using carriers. I sank them already. Volunteer forces have returned.
Ready to move. Orders.
And who's going to command these guys? Probably Guy Simmons. No, Fuchs is back. Yeah, we'll let Fuchs do it. Actually, what we might do is split these guys out. And put you in this army. You lot can go into there. Then this group, instead of Connor, is going to be Simmons.
Ready to move.
And then Fuchs is commanding these guys. Okay, carry on. You should be assigned automatically, thought,
Yes, sir.
to this army.
Attention.
Yes, you are. Good. And I'm going to leave it to New England to take out New York. I'm a little bit surprised they haven't done it already, because there's one militia guy guarding it. So a little bit more aggressiveness towards that would be nice.
All in.
Yeah, I will gratefully accept your lend-leases. Thank you, everyone. That's a good idea. We'll move one fleet over to the Pacific side in case I need to guard against submarines over there. Actually, am I ever going to need to do that? No, that's actually a silly decision. Stay here. Okay, Detroit should now fall pretty soon. And then our Michigan offensive can really get going. Folks them up. Exactly! Oh, and also, Syrah needs to be replaced by either Monty or Ironside. I mean, this has really got to be a Monty, I think. Go on, Monty. Show us how it's done. It'll take you a while to get... Oh, it's going to take you a long time to get here, isn't it? Oh no, 7 days. Yeah, that's fine. No worries. No worries. Now, the other thing is Air Force. Wait, are these strat bombers? These are strat bombers. The strat bombers, I'm actually going to base out here. Oh, no, I'm not. It's tac bombers, I'm not doing that. Strat bombers can stay there. I'm not going to give them orders. Tactical bombers. I'm going to split you into two. And I want you two based over here. Do spotting cruisers need screening? If they're light cruisers? No. Light cruisers count as screens. And then both of you are going to turn that off. You are going to go naval strike here. You are going to go naval strike here. And that should allow us to find enemy shipping in this area much more easily. Tactical bombers are very good at naval spotting. I often see people include destroyers in their recon fleets. That's just because they're cheap. Because light cruisers, it's like 1 light cruiser to 3 destroyers or something, roughly, price-wise. Usually. Especially if you're building decent recon cruisers. How many per recon fleet? Between 2 and 4. Cruisers. Probably want 6 to 8 destroyers, I would think. Alright, we have infantry motorization, and we're finding their submarines and sinking them. Good. Bring on the Valentines. Armor technology bonus now. Do I want to do this now? No, I don't think I do. Because I want to research the 1939 tanks just for myself. And then I can get the 1941 tanks with this. Including the SPG. Which I like the sound of. So we're doing that. Okay. Let's get the Polymer Corporation so we can get synthetic refinery. The Polymer Corporation, or Polycorp, is a crown corporation tasked with the development and the production of new materials like nylon, synthetic rubber, and new materials that allow us to discover new ways to produce equipment that has until then proven to be a problem for our industry, making them cheaper and faster to output. Or, and here's a thought, we don't take a focus, we get to 100 political power as soon as we possibly can, and we get war economy sooner. I think that's actually a better idea. Detroit fell. Good. Oh, we just can't see the PSA forces over there. I'm a little bit surprised at how hard you guys are being pushed. That's not good. Anti-syndicalism on the Imperial Broadcasting Service. The Imperial Broadcasting Service was founded by Sir John Reith in 1926 after the British Revolution, when his previous broadcasting organisation, the British Broadcasting Corporation, was taken over by the syndicalists. The service proved invaluable in promoting loyalty throughout the British Empire, and also as a tool to marginalise syndicalism within our borders. There have been calls to install Reith as the head of the new Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, in order to begin a propaganda campaign against the more moderate socialists in the country. Others have suggested using Reith to employ propaganda with more external focus to prepare our people for the coming fight against syndicalism. So fine as it is, put him in charge of the CBC. We lose a bit of stability, but we also lose social democracy and syndicalism. Or put him in charge as long as he focuses attention on the foes abroad. I mean, we're already at 100% war support, so we don't need to do... This counts as a defensive war? Really? An intervention? I'm not sure about that. This is definitely offensive. Well, let's put him in charge of the CBC then. Because it's generally easy enough to build up war support if you need to. And rooting out the bad guys I think is a good idea, because it's also going to increase our party popularity, which will in turn increase political power gain. Okay, everyone's now in their allocated places. That's good. Cool. More battlefield support. Sounds good to me. We could continue the suppressing, and we kind of need to. There's actually a couple of decisions I want to do here. I know, war, economy. But this would increase social conservatism, which will increase... No, we're not doing it. Need to focus on the war. To you for a second. Get a staff office plan, then attack again.
Listen up.
Oh, what? A bunch of the motorized weren't actually in the fight. And where are you guys based right now? Up there? I think I'd actually rather you were based here. No, not patrol. Strike force. Okay. Are you guys ready for the off? Almost. Now you are. That was completely arbitrary, I just decided now. 53. Good. Looks like the AUS is pushing pretty heavily from the south as well. You're still not signed. You. That's it. Yes. Wait. Who's in Algiers? Why are you in Algiers? Huzzah! Torshin! Thank you very much for the 7-month Twitch Prime resubscription. Very much. Appreciate that, Torshin. Thank you very, very much. And also, Cold Cheese, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Apologies, I missed that one earlier. New England's starting to look a bit red. I'm trusting that they can hold, and I'm pretty sure that they can, while I do the real damage over here. I'm a little bit disappointed we're pushing as little as we are, though. We have overwhelming number advantage here. Just lost our agent. Well, we're not going to be able to replace you. I mean, we can replace you, we just can't free you, because we only have one agent slot. And there's no spy master, so we can't get an elusive gentleman. Their infantry is really shoddy, I guess. The CSA's is? Yes, it's militia. That's a hefty AUS, but if you take the steel belt in New York City, they won't last in the long run. That's what I was thinking. Oh, Simmons was wounded. That's irritating. However, Oceanlek is available, so let's bring him in. I've heard good things. I'm sure he'll do us proud. Alright, seriously guys, come on.
Listen up. Commands. Go, go, go! Fall in. Come on, move out.
There we go, now we've got some more troops slipping in. Meanwhile, those of you in the northern quadrant, I want you liberating northern Michigan, the Upper Peninsula. Go! And in fact, if you go here... I know you're being attacked. You can stay there, this is fine. Yes. New research. Still 1939. Sorry, 1938. It's not 1939 yet. Radar? Maybe? Oh no, naval doctrine. Here we go. Let's get... Battlefield concentration, battle fleet concentration in case we get into a real fight. There's excavation 2, which is what's going to allow us to do more of the extraction stuff. Let's get the ahead of time in the field hospital. Just 5 away. Any value in engineers for motorized? Sure. Makes them cross rivers and stuff faster. Generally increases their movement speed. And most importantly increases their defense when they're entrenching. What happened to the PSA? We supported them. So they're kind of kicking ass and taking names at the moment. Alright, next. We... War economy. Boom! Alright, now we can choose a national focus. And I think I would like get the Polymer Corporation, which we already read. Cool.
Ready, shut. Listen up. Listen up. Move out. Fall back.
Wait, what? No.
Ready.
Ah!
Move out.
Oh, you're going to leave Cleveland for me? Alright then. I'll allow it.
Move out. Move out.
Oh. Oh! So the Baratheon... Okay. This just gave me a headache. So Baratheon is having a civil war. A communist civil war. Baratheon then joined the CSA because of my intervention, basically opening it up and allowing that. Which brought India into the Indian Socialist Civil War. Am I getting this right? So we're currently somewhat aligned with the Agrarian Revolt, but not really. Okay. Montreal's having riotous times. We are sinking convoys, that's good to see. Carry on. Diplomatic moves in Ireland. In recent days, diplomats from the Union of Britain have begun to make intimidating moves in Ireland, demanding a number of privileges and reforms. Without a doubt, this is the beginning of a bigger campaign.
Ready. Keep on moving. Come on, move out.
Aw. Pittsburgh was fortified. That's unfortunate. I'm watching you in case you go off to Cleveland, which would be a little bit annoying.
Ready to move.
Alright, you guys are still holding Boston, that's the important thing. France, meanwhile, doing naval invasions, nice. And the real benefactor of this is the AUS. The fact that we opened up this huge new front has just massively distracted the CSA. Meanwhile, you guys are kind of just wasting time guarding this. For basically no reason.
Orders.
Alright, come on, take it. Take it before he gets here. Come on. Yeah. Right, you lot
Ready.
need to basically just keep on attacking to here. But I want you to do that from there. And I want you lot
Commands.
to be the ones responsible for this. Go.
Listen up. All in.
My tanks are just experts at getting
Keep
surrounded.
moving. Keep on attacking.
Seems for the moment it's okay. If nobody else reinforces this guy. Come on. Come on. No! Yes! No! We can't actually... Can we?
Moving back.
No, because we don't own it.
Fall back.
I think we're going to lose this. Well, he's almost dead anyway, so it's not a huge loss. Well, that's unfortunate. Sometimes you seem to be able to, and sometimes you just can't. Let's upgrade the Enfield. Our guns are showing their age, and efforts must be made to push the Enfield design into the modern era and beyond. Also, we are running out of oil. Hey, PSA, you seem to have some oil. Can I have some? Please. I think I actually need 2 in order to stay solvent. We're using up 17, we're gaining 19. And it's September 38. Our research is just ridiculous. Maybe better recon? We could get ship upgrades, that's true. Especially the torpedo attack. Let's do that. Wait, what?
Ready, sir.
Qing declared war on Shandong. Yeah, that tank unit was destroyed. Disappointing. Who even is fighting here?
Ready to move.
Oh, I don't know. Wait, have you lost 2 tanks? You had 4. You have as well. Well, that's even more disappointing. Yeah, we are losing a lot of equipment because we still don't have this stuff repaired. And I think that we probably do actually want to start importing a little bit of steel. Let's get it from Australasia. Just 1 set. And some rubber, which we'll buy from Intel We are getting a decent number of civilian factories up and running now. It's just too bad that we have to keep repairing stuff. Maybe it's time to turn off the Lend-Lease. Oh, flipping hell. Dominion's getting owned. I mean, we already turned off the car list Lend-Lease. I feel like I've got to continue propping up the Pacific states. They still have manpower, and they are still fighting the AUS. And I'd rather be giving them equipment, which they can then use to... what am I trying to say? I'd rather be sending the PSA equipment for them to use manpower, rather than me using my own manpower.